Hi, this is Rhonda Gregory. I'd like to share with you an objective and a related assessment from a Managing Learning Technologies class that I teach at Greenville College. The overarching objective that we're trying to achieve is helping students to develop technological skills to improve and enhance the teaching and learning process in their field of study. Students in the Managing Learning Technologies class are part of a master's in education degree, and they do come from a variety of disciplines, including curriculum and instruction, teaching English as a second language, coaching, and others. That one broad objective is then broken down into the following 4 parts. Part A is looking at the student's ability to evaluate different technologies in their field, the pros and the cons of those, and explain that information. The second sub-objective is to help the student create their own personal repertoire of technology tools appropriate to their discipline and appropriate to education in whatever field they're in. The third one is for the students to look for and recognize when there is an area that could be improved within their existing workplace and or in their personal life that could be improved with the implementation of technology. And then finally, we are looking for students to be able to demonstrate their personal ability to apply technology in the process of education in their field. One of the ways that I address the objectives in this course is to allow the students the freedom to explore various technologies and select and implement unique technology tools for their profession and for their personal life. And I ask them to do that 3 times throughout the course. They submit something new every other week throughout that time. And not only do they have to provide evidence that they've selected a new tool and put it into place, but I also ask them to submit with that their rationale, a description of why they needed this tool and how that tool has helped them in some way, what the selection criteria that they went through to help them determine what they wanted to pick and why. Then I ask them to provide that evidence. The evidence can come in many different forms. Sometimes it's a screencast like this one that I'm showing to you now. Sometimes that can be in the form of screen prints, pictures, or it could just be a straight video that someone took on their iPhone or on their tablet or something like that and uploaded a video to YouTube, and they're showing me evidence that they not only chose a specific tool, but they put it into practice, and then they reflect on how effective that technology enhancement was, or whether it didn't provide any enhancement to them at all. They get to critique it and decide if they want to continue using that tool in the future. But it gives them some real life practical experience with technology that's relevant to them. It's immediately engaging because they're looking for tools that are going to help them in some way rather than something that's being forced upon them, and so they get excited about that right away. And part of the process is that they also share these technology tools with each other in class, and they get the chance to explain what they're doing and why, and other people see that, they learn from each other, and they can help provide critique and improvement suggestions for each other along the way. Students in my course also complete a large project that covers several weeks of time, and this combines traditional research in the form of a formal written paper at the end of the course, along with a research-driven data solution that they have to look for, a technology-based solution. And we ask them to follow the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle in order to introduce them to that experience before they take their capstone at the end of their education with us. We ask them to follow the cycle, self-select an issue to address it over a 4-week period of time within my course, And the students are excited to do this. They just really do engage immediately with this process because they can look at their workplace and they can look at their classroom and decide, they know right off the bat an area that they want to do something better in, their room for improvement, and they can identify that, and it gives them the freedom and the encouragement to take time and find a good solution to help improve that situation. And so they engage with it because it's driven by their own personal interest, and they definitely have an investment in the end result of this. Now the implementation has to happen, so they have to look for research and also find out exactly what they're doing and why. They need to substantiate why they've made the choices that they're doing, similar to the new technology tools, but on a more extensive scale, definitely supported by research. And then the assessment that I give is on the process of going through the PDCA cycle, on that whole cycle itself, not on the product of whether their implementation was successful or not. And the assessment is also on their writing ability and presenting their findings in that formal paper. Again, this course does cover a wide breadth of disciplines. We have lots of different students coming into this course from very different backgrounds, and the one thing that we have in common is that we're trying to learn and use technology in a beneficial way that will improve our fields of study wherever we're at. And so this slide just shows you some examples of student projects that I've received in the past.